So here we have is my second take at the Friedrich model kit from the Machine of KRIEGER property. I went a lot more canon this time with the coloring and design and detailing. Didn't go too extreme as you saw from the last video. I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you again, New Type, for having me be part of the team and just in general being great. Thanks so much. Check them out if you haven't, newtype.us. So with this one, because I didn't want to go too extreme with the customization, I kept it very simple, just filling the gaps. I taped the windows and clear parts early, you can see here. They've been taped the whole time through almost all the detailing up. And all the patching and seaming. Just light texture. You can see my videos. We'll have a link in the description right there. But pretty much that's all it was just a few rivets here and there. I changed the position of the exhaust on the back. Changed where the radio antenna was placed. Used a cell phone battery or SIM card tool to achieve that. You'll see that later. And then just a few other little small details, rivets. So I ended up using as a base the Mr. Hobby Field Gray, and I took it a shade darker and a shade lighter, and I did a noodling pattern as I was airbrushing it, but you can't really tell too much. I should have broken it up a little bit more, a little bit harsher with it, and then I used the, I think an orange-yellow mix that I already had from Mr. Hobby. I think it was custom, but not very much different than the regular standard orange-yellow for the markings. And I did this all on a mahogany primer base. There you go. So here we have the pilot figure. I don't paint these that much, and I'm actually kind of proud of this one. I don't really have a method as I'm going through. I just see what other people do, and I just start with a very fleshy base and start working up some highlights, and then do some washes over it and work the eyes in at the very end, and then hand painting the rest of the colors on the pilot figure, and then a nice matte coat to check. But I think this looks pretty good. Probably eventually I'm going to start learning how to paint eyebrows. Well, not learning how to, focusing the time to actually paint them. But here it is, pilot figure, all lacquer. So nothing too fancy here with the decals. I just went with what was on the painting cards for this particular paint scheme. Changed a little things around like I always do, but kept it pretty simple. To canon, didn't want to change things too much, just trying something different, and here they are. Did a little bit of scraping off on the decals with a razor blade after they were set, not too long after they were set, not like a day later, but just like an hour or so they're still a little soft, and I just scraped off little chunks with razor blade, but kept most of them pretty clean. This hasn't seen a lot of like heavy impact duty, mostly just grime and wear from use, as you'll see when I get to the weathering steps in a minute. So with this, I did 2 coats of an enamel brown diluted in odorless mineral spirits. I don't remember which enamel it is. It's probably a mix between Tamiya, Ammo by MIG. It's just like a mix I have a bottle of. I don't really remember what it was, but it's like a brown, kind of brown, gray, dark color. And what I do is I coat the entire figure, all the surface with it, let it set for about an hour, wipe it off, get some good streaks, seal it, and then do the same process again. So I do 2 coats. So the final result is how I'm getting that streaking, is leaving some of the underlayers, the grime, which is very light, and then the second grime layer, which is a little bit heavier, and then I just seal it up with a matte top coat. If you're interested, you can look at my architect video where I used weathering as painting to see how I applied the gunk wash. The link will be right here in the video. So how I like to present my bases for the MASCHINEN Kriegers, I'll usually use some epoxy dough or putty with its green stuff, epoxy sculpt, magic sculpt, whatever. Lay out a nice thick-ish layer, maybe 1/4 inch over the top of the wood base. Lay some saran wrap down, and then press the model kit in, like the feet in the pose I want, and then it won't stick because it'll just peel right away from the saran wrap. Or use some feet stamps that I've also made in the past. And this way you'll have a nice base for them to sit into that'll look pretty realistic with stepping into the dirt and the weight, and you can texture them while the saran wrap's still on and wait for it to cure.